In the travel context, I think it has gone far, far away from people actually transporting physically from one place to another to actually deep diving, indulging, immersing themselves in experiences, journeys that are really sensorial and highly, highly inspired by design, of course, heritage, culture, gastronomy, and so on. A very simple example of how architecture influences travel would probably be the Eiffel Tower. I mean, it has literally become the brand identity of a country, and I think this is just one of the examples. Paris in itself, I think, is a stellar example with the Osmanian architecture, which I'm sure that our friends from Galeries Lafayette will also tell you about. But I think in a nutshell, what has truly happened with travel today is that it has become all about the experience, highly inspired by various realms, and even when it comes to professionals in the industry, I think we no longer talk about agencies and tour operators. We really talk about curators, we talk about designers. So at this very exciting time, I'm very happy to have with me three very iconic brands. We have Accor, Air France, and Galeries Lafayette here with us. And I'm really looking forward to this discussion. Thank you for making the time. Thank you for being with us. And without further ado, I'm going to start with you, Ludivine. So, like we said, contemporary travel is very different from what it used to be back in the day. You're a legacy hospitality brand, and you personify France across the fields that we just named. How are you experiencing, as Accor, this transformation? And what is it that you are doing to, I wouldn't say brace up to this change, but to embrace this change? Because I think that's pretty much what you're doing.
Yes, indeed. So first of all, thank you so much, Sheetal, and to everybody here this afternoon. Indeed, I think we all agree that today's travelers are looking for something more than just a nice room. They are very much seeking for experiences, something that touches them directly at their heart, for their hobbies, interests, and that really compiles design, gastronomy, history, authenticity, communities. And at Accor, our strength is the wide portfolio of brands that we have. So we're able to answer all these different needs. So if I take the example, or if you are a design lover, we work with renowned architects and designers all around the world, such as Hugo Toro, we have worked with for La Minerva in Rome, or Paul Bishop for the SLS in Dubai, and many more. So basically, our hotels become an art piece, so people are able to enjoy, while staying with us, the work of all these famous artists as well in all around the world. As well as, if we touch a bit more of the gastronomy, we try to go beyond just fine dining in our luxury and lifestyle hotels. We obviously work with famous Michelin star chefs all around the world, and to name one, Yannick Aleno, our dear famous French Michelin star chef, who we work with specifically right now on one of our projects that I will speak a little bit later. As well as we try to redefine the experience of gastronomy in our hotels, such as Sofitel has launched La Haute Croissanterie, so redefining the breakfast experience. So we try to go beyond. We try to also incorporate the guests into the journey of the gastronomy at hotel level. So with cooking class, chef's tables, we also try to incorporate, and we incorporated in many aspects of responsible travel. We have our own gardens, we have maybe our own beehives as well on many of our buildings around the world, so guests can learn. History, of course, authenticity with brands such as Raffles, Fairmont, Sofitel Legends. They are history on their own. While you stay there, you can really feel the history of the place. You can learn from it. And Raffles, for example, if you stay at the Raffles Singapore, it's just an incredible stay that you can have, and you can discuss all the different elements of the hotel with our own curators. So we have resident curators at properties to talk about all these elements. And our hotels become, local hubs as well all around the world, and working with the local communities, bringing local artists as well inside all our hotels. So I think this is what we can create at Accor with more than 5,700 hotels around the world.
I'm going to come back to you later on that bit about talking about local craftsmanship and how you imbibe it in your properties. And then moving on to Laure to talk about Air France, of course. I mean, been closely associated with Air France. I think Air France, Atout France are nothing short of being family. And having had the pleasure to have really worked intramuros with you, I followed that journey from, not all of it I would say, but from France is in the Air to elegance is a journey, and these 92 years, and then of course even in India you've been here for the longest. And we always say that the whole experience begins right from the time you step into that aircraft. And you've been delivering that promise over the years. How have you championed that cause of savoir-faire in the air?
Thank you, Sheetal. Thank you, everyone. First of all, I fully subscribe to what Ludivine said. Of course, the customer now, they are waiting for an experience, expecting an experience, and we are fully aligned on this. It's true, Air France, it's been more than 19 years that we are really proud to be the flag in the sky of France, of French art de vivre, of French expertise also, pleasure, and it's yes, 90 years of history of fine dining, design, art, fashion, and we celebrate, let's say, the je ne sais quoi that the world is recognizing to France as a country. So yes, you're fully right, Sheetal. We are not here to be a transportation means anymore. We are here to propose really an experience and a travel experience. And as you rightly say, and it's a feedback that I have often here, also in India, when the customer is coming into our flight, the first step, he says, "Wow, I'm already in France," and this is really what we are looking for. This deep relationship with our clients. So to go further a bit to present two examples of this fine. Let's say fine traditional and modern also style and design. I will focus on the business cabin, on our business cabin, and on La Première cabine. So business cabin for us is really a French style travel. You have the comfort, you have the let's say the privacy, which is very important for us, and it's a luxury when you take an aircraft to have privacy and conviviality also both together. So the seat is designed for that purpose. So you have a panel that can be slowing down if you want to have a diner for two, but you can also be in your bubble and relax yourself by sliding up the doors. So it's really important for us to offer this experience to the client. Of course, the seat is also designed with soft and natural materials, which is very important based on the French savoir-faire also. And we have also had a very interesting care with the details. So the lighting is you can adapt it. You have a soundproof for the headphone, etc. So the idea is really to have a really nice journey, well-being on board. That's really the things. But what would be France? Question. Without gastronomy. So you mentioned it, Ludivine, and of course, as an airline and a French airline, we really want to promote also the French gastronomy. So as Accor, we have a signature menu signed by French chef starred at Michelin, of course. So they are served from Paris Paris to all over the world on the long-haul flights. So this is really also an experience in business cabin and in premium cabin. Concerning the gastronomy also, we have what would be the gastronomy without the wine? What would be France without the wine? So wine and champagne, of course. So we have a very special list of champagne and wine that has been done by the very well-known sommelier Xavier Touzet, who is the head of the sommelier Hôtel Le Crillon. And that's it. So you see, the whole experience is really, important for us to provide it to the customer on board. So just a quick focus on our La Première product. Maybe you will see it displayed behind me. So La Première is really the highest level of elegance that you can find in the airline industry. So it's really incredible. It's allows, let's say, space, a large sense of space. You have 5 windows for you alone. You can have dinner with your friends. You can have a chaise longue. You can have a bed. You don't have any compartment over your head. So really, it's a suite. And you have only 4 suites per aircraft. So it's really also the French art de vivre and design that is here promoted. And concerning the La Première, of course, you have multiple ground services, but I won't go into detail now. But I encourage you from India, because we didn't speak about India yet, but we will go maybe later on, to travel in business to Paris and then to transit with La Première to United States, because we have a lot of lines, routes equipped with La Première cabin to New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco. And it will be the best experience ever that you can live, of course, with us.
Sure, if they can't get enough of Paris and France, then they will head further.
Exactly.
But moving on, to Hemant to talk about Galeries Lafayette, of course, a shopping haven, but under an architectural marvel, the grand, iconic coupole, which is, of course, also emblematic because it's so representative of the Art Nouveau. Combining that with the fact that you are, again, heritage legacy brand that is family owned for the last 130 years. Again, taking retail, starting retail, pretty much if we can call it that, and then continuing that legacy and embracing the changes that have come along over the years. I think you'll have been at the helm of that Art de Vivre and also been the doyens of passing down that savoir-faire, not just in France, but also around the world, because we were just at the Galeries Lafayette terrace 2 days ago. So tell us how Galeries Lafayette is doing this and how is it championing this cause of savoir-faire français over the years.
Thank you. How many of you have been to Galeries Lafayette? Wonderful. That's a very unexplored audience here. So I love it here. So, and how many of you love shopping? Amazing. So Galeries Lafayette is, now you know what to do, right? First you have to take the first class on Air France, stay at an Accor hotel, and shop at Galeries Lafayette. That's the theme of that's it. So I just wanted to put it out there. Galeries Lafayette is more than just a department store. And as Sheetal mentioned, 130 years of family run. 6th generation of the family running a department store. How many businesses do you actually know which run for the 6th generation? So clearly, there is legacy being passed, and there is a sense of responsibility with every generation because they need to take it forward. What a family-run business also does is that it's away from the corporate pressure of shareholders, stock markets, etc. So you can actually practice what you want to do and what the brand stands for, which is creativity, design, etc. Number 2 is just the architectural marvel of the place. The Byzantine facade or the cupola, which is a very signature part of Galeries Lafayette, is very, very endearing. And that gives you a sense of awe. And you really have when you enter the store, you have an oh my God moment. And very few buildings actually do that to you. So again, one more reason for you to come to Galeries Lafayette. Fashion has been made from accessible to luxury. It's for everybody. It's democratization of art, design. So when you go to Paris or France, you think about fashion. And when you think of fashion, you think of a fashion show. Where can you witness a fashion show? You can do that at Galeries Lafayette once in a week. And that's an open ticketed event that you can witness. In fact, in 2023, we did a fashion show with Air France. Was celebrating.
My next
I'm so sorry. I'll leave it.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'll leave it for you. There's fashion show, and you can witness. You will also witness what Air France will tell you about it. Also, when you're shopping, a personal stylist to accompany you, a personal shopper to accompany you. These are all experiences that give you a sense that that makes the whole experience a far, far better and an enriching experience. Then you come to gastronomy, and Ludivine also spoke, and so is there, it's on the plane. But French cuisine is one of the most coveted cuisines. It's gone to the world, spread out to the world, so you can try that. However, for people who still want to eat Indian food there is also an Indian restaurant in the gourmet section. So, and the last part is, when it's France, it's all about wines. You want to taste wines, you want to buy wines. It has the largest collection. The Winegate has the largest collection of wine, Bordeaux wines, more than 3,500 different labels available for you to taste and for you to buy and take for your loved ones. So all in all, Galeries Lafayette, more than being a department store, is also an invitation to the French soul. So we are opening the doors and the windows. Please come in and experience that French soul at Galeries Lafayette.
I'm coming back to you, Ludivine. You spoke about, of course, how things are transcending and you're witnessing the change. We talk about Accor. It's such a big brand, and I know there are so many other brand identities within that umbrella. I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more about, all your, you spoke already, of course, about Raffles and Fairmont, but also the new exciting, ventures and adventures that you're getting into, the yachts, the Orient Express. Tell us about those, and also how, you've been also linked with, let's say, Paris Society. And like we said earlier, travel is not just about getting onto an aircraft and being in a seat. It's the whole experience. It's about staying in a hotel, which is so much more than a room, and then going to a destination, which is so much more than just going and clicking pictures at iconic monuments. So, what Paris Society does and what all your other unmissable brands do. Tell us a little bit more about that. But I just want to give you all a heads up. You're going to have a little bit lesser time on this round.
Thank you so much, and a great follow-up question. And indeed, Accor is looking now beyond hotel rooms. We are, let's say, sailing seas and going on rails with Orient Express. We are reviving this beautiful historical brand with a focus on luxury travel. So in 2025, we launched our first train in Italy called La Dolce Vita. In 2027, we will have the stunning L'Orient Express, who has in the past gone from Paris to Constantinople, Istanbul, which will be starting again. So we are in the process of restoring 17 cars dating from the 1920s and 1930s. So it's something exceptional that we are doing currently with famous Maxime Danjac, who is obviously supporting us on this beautiful project. And we are launching our yacht in few months in the south of France, in the Mediterranean Sea over the summertime. 220 meters vessel, which has been built at the Chantier de l'Atlantique in France, with 54 suites, a stunning product that is coming on board, ultra luxury experience. And we have also open hotels, and we are continuing the development of our hotels currently in Italy. So we have opened Rome, La Minerva in 2025. We're opening Venice next month. As you can see, I'm very busy over the next few months, which is great. And all this created an incredible itinerary that we can obviously provide to our guests. And additionally, you mentioned Paris society. Indeed, we are going again beyond hotels, again, mean of transportation. We are going, into gastronomy further with a group that has known how to catch the love of people in France in general, and with a number of great addresses such as Moon, Giraffe, Bonny, which are great addresses while staying in Paris, where you can really feel the vibe of France and while you are having a great dinner in Paris, for example. So the aim obviously is to create a multi-layer experience, so you could fly with Air France to come all the way to Paris, enjoy les Galeries Lafayette, and go stay in one of our luxury hotels, such as Le Royal Monceau, Raffles Paris, and have a nice dinner experience at the Paris Society, go down to Cannes, and enjoy our beautiful yacht as well, Orient Express.
Merci, Ludivine. Thank you. And Laure, coming to you, I wanted to specifically talk about, you all have just been saying it beautifully, and, like we said, rooting for each other. But I think that is very much the French DNA. And in that vein, I wanted to talk about collaborations and partnerships. You all have been at the helm of it for many years. And then more specifically, to tell me a little bit more about the India connection and the India story.
Okay, so thank you, Sheetal. For the first part of your question, I wanted to highlight the partnership that we have with Galeries Lafayette globally, let's say in Paris. But you did it so well that I won't go further on it. But I can just tell you that, yes, we had a great moment together in Paris for the 90th anniversary of Air France, with a fashion show, with also little stores in the galleries, showcasing items of the anniversary, etc. So it was really a great one. And here in India, we are starting to partner with you also in Mumbai. So it's a very promising partnership. It's really the beginning at the moment. We let you implement yourself a bit, but I think that we are stronger together, of course. So because we have exactly the same ecosystem, I think that everyone raised that point during this discussion. So yes, it's important that to work maybe as a team of the French brands, and that's why we are really looking forward to improve this partnership together in Mumbai. We have started with the Saint-Valentin offer, so let's see how it will go for the future, but it's very promising. Another partnership that we have globally, of course, is with Accor. So really, the scene is perfect, Sheetal. So it's a very nice one. I didn't mention it when I presented the business cabin because I wanted to keep it for now. It's the My Bed partnership. So as you know, Accor and Sofitel especially is a very high expert in bed linen. And French expertise again. And then we have this partnership. We are proposing in our business class for the seats a mattress made by by Sheetal, and it's really improving a lot the experience on board, and really the mattress is a high quality one. So it's again the partnership is key to enhance our footprint all over the world as French brands. So that's a good one. And I'm looking forward, because in India, for the moment, we don't have a partnership with Accor. So
we can discuss it.
so, yeah, so we will discuss it later on for sure.
I also want you to touch upon a very quick one, which is related to the Year of Innovation. And I know that you're doing something on that front as well, in India in particular. Do you want us to quickly, you want to share a little bit about that?
Yes, sure, because we have talked a lot of tradition, history, etc. But also it's good to know that Air France, since 90 years, is a pioneer in a lot of fields, and especially the technology and the innovation. So I'm very proud to say that we have partnered two main major partners for this year. The first one is Apple. So we will propose on board in all cabins Apple TV. So it will really be a revolution in terms of entertainment on board. And the second one is absolutely also amazing. It's a partnership with Starlink, which is the leader and the global leader of connectivity. And so by the end of 26, we will have equipped all our aircraft of high-speed Wi-Fi. So it will provide to the customer like a ground experience of Wi-Fi. It will be really amazing. It has started already on some few routes, and the people the customers are totally, amazed by this. Being able to join your family or to make a conf call on board. Alors for some that who likes to be not working, you can always shut down your phone, but you will have the possibility anyway to use the high speed, and it's really good news. And it means that for India, it will come also, and we hope that it will be implemented before the end of the year, and we will be the first carrier, of course, a European carrier to offer this service.
Fantastic. And then moving on to you, Hemant, I wanted to talk about, you said that design and creativity was obviously at the core of the value system, and the fact that it's an entrepreneurship, and they are able to give it that. And you've really been, like they say in French, the vitrine or the display window of French art de vivre in, sort of the heart of the city. And how are you now taking this heritage to the next level? What are you doing currently in terms of, going from the legacy times and incarnating the heritage, but also embracing the new contemporary trends?
So about 100 years ago, and sorry, because we are a 130-year-old, I have to start from there. 1925, actually, La Maîtrise was conceived at Galeries Lafayette, which is actually the applied arts workshop, which encouraged artists and craftsmen to come together, and it still exists. But Galeries Lafayette was the place where the birthing happened. So clearly we were at the center of the universe at that time of creative art and design. And we've carried that legacy forward. If you see in terms of, I would say, look at India as an example where we have the new store, the French mastery combined with Indian artisans and craftsmanship. This is all coming together. And that is what the beauty of a heritage brand like Galeries Lafayette is. Also, I'd like to make a mention, while the store, and Sheetal mentioned the terrace. Of course, we would love to have you all in Paris on the terrace, and it was in that series, Emily in Paris. But for those who haven't been to Paris, please go to the Mumbai store. The terrace is equally beautiful. Also, I want to say the world is looking at India because we are one of the largest upcoming markets of the world. We are a very big market, and the way we are growing, you will see that there is, we've reached a certain per capita now, and in another 3 years, it's going to come to about 4,000. There is a hockey stick growth expected in our market. And when that happens, I'm telling you, all the macro pictures are saying this. You haven't seen, we haven't seen what is going to happen in India. So we should be incredibly proud of a market that we are in, and the next 10, 20 years for us is going to be really, really phenomenal, where we're going to see a lot of design, what the earlier panel spoke about. So once you get above a certain income level, the country gets above a certain income level, there is more interest in art, design, creativity. So we are up for a great time ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for concluding that, Hemant, and thank you all. And I'm going to hand over. Thank you for listening in, and looking forward to seeing you and interacting with you at the French Pavilion at Art de Vivre. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we please have a big round of applause?